Hey, Tracy Nelson here, Creation Adventures and Outdoor Education. Today, just kind of covering the basics on handguns. Okay, starting off real slow, and this is not for the guy that's been shooting a while. Okay, this if you're a handgun shooter, this is not for you. You just keep going. Maybe you'll watch something else. This is for the person who says, you know, I didn't grow up with firearms. I don't know anything about them, but I kind of like to get into them. Or the other gal, okay, that says, yeah, I'm kind of interested in learning how to shoot a handgun. This is it, and you're bombarded with all this information on which one is best, and you have different opinions from different people. Well, this just gives you information. I'm not telling you which one to buy or what to go for. So we'll start off with a basic with a single action revolver. This is one of the most simple and basic of the handguns that you'll see sold in the stores. It kind of looks like an old cowboy pistol, old western, what you'd see on a western movie. Okay, it shoots 6 rounds. Okay, and it's a single action, meaning in order to shoot, you have to cock this hammer each time and squeeze the trigger. You have to cock the hammer. You saw me doing that. Cock and squeeze. Okay. Now I've just fired 6 rounds, and now to unload it, okay, this is my cylinder, of course, my barrel, my cylinder, my grip, and this is the port that you open up in order to load and unload each cylinder, okay. And so to unload, you have this ejector rod here that it's on a spring, and so you turn the cylinder clockwise each time and let gravity kind of help you, and then you would unload each one. And then I could spin my cylinder, if you can see that, spin it and see that it's empty. Okay, now let me put that up for just a second and let me show you this round. Okay, it's a 22. It's very small, but yet it's still very dangerous. This travels at a very high velocity and can do a lot of damage to a human body or anything else that you shoot. Even if you're shooting one of these somewhere, you want to make sure that you have a good backstop, a good berm or something that you're shooting into, and you want to think about safety. Although it's small, it's killed a lot of people over the years, and it killed a lot of game. This is a powerful round. It can be dangerous. So anytime we're talking about any kind of handguns, I want to always emphasize safety, 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 which means treat every gun like it's loaded, and always point your muzzle in a safe direction. Treat every gun like it's loaded. Even though if you just unload it, we're going to treat it like it's loaded, and we're going to control our muzzle, make sure it's pointed in a safe direction every time, okay? So let me go back over that once again. Single action. I've got to cock the hammer, and then I'm going to dry fire it down there, okay? I'm still pointing in a safe direction, okay? So very, very safe. And the cool thing about this is a Ruger, new model single six. I bought this weapon, this pistol, in 1978, and I've had it ever since. And I've hunted a lot of squirrels with it, and I've carried it on a lot of trips. It's been a faithful. It's never failed me. It's a good weapon. These are good, solid, well-built weapons. Okay, I'm not doing a advertisement for Ruger either. It's just a good weapon. It is what it is, okay? Um, and the cool thing about this one is I can pull this cylinder rod out by mashing the pin. I can take my cylinder out, and then I have another cylinder. Now, this is a 22 Magnum cylinder, and I'm going to show you the difference between a 22. Okay, I got it back in. I can spin it, make sure it's locked in good, my cylinder rod, and then we pull out a 22 Magnum. Now, I showed you a 22 round, and then here's a 22 Magnum. You see the difference? This one, okay, that one is dangerous, and that one is still powerful, although it's small. This one is more powerful, okay, than the 22, and you're going to hear the difference, I think, when I shoot in the sound of one versus the other. Okay, so I'm loaded up. I'm keeping it safe. I don't want to point the muzzle at anybody or anything, any part of my body. Put it in my holster. It's secure. Always have your safety gear on when you shoot, which includes glasses. I left those off in the shotgun video. Apologize for that. Bad example. Forgive me. Now, you could definitely hear the difference from the 22 long rifle to the 22 Magnum. And so the 22 Magnum is quite a round, in my opinion. And at one time, I carried a 22 Magnum semi-automatic when I would go on hiking trips and stuff in the woods. It had a 30 round magazine. Okay, so anyway, and I'm shooting small targets today. Usually with handguns, people are shooting like man-sized targets most of the time and having trouble hitting them. So I'm shooting, you see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not too bad with a handgun from 12 yards, which is a decent range for a handgun. Now, advantage. I'm not suggesting that you use a 22 for self-defense or home defense. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not going to suggest anything. It's going to be up to you. I'm just going to give you some information. Do what you want to with it, right? Here's the cool thing about buying a 22 handgun, is if you're just learning, it's really, you can get the basics of your grip, your stance, your sight picture, and everything with a 22, and you can shoot without the gun kicking in your hand, or the recoil, we call it. It's called recoil. And you can do that with a 22, and you can develop those basic things that you need, your stance, your grip, your sight picture, and how to line up with your target without having to worry about the recoil. And then you can progress from there to go to something a higher caliber that's going to have that recoil, and I'll cover that on another video. So anyway, you'll have a good day. God bless you.